Hello, everybody. It is Saturday, February 28th, and welcome back to the Nick Watkins Show. Thank you for tuning in, whether you're a recurring viewer like Grant or Aaron, or if you're a new viewer, welcome. But thank you for being here on this beautiful, beautiful Saturday. Let's just get right into it. Not a lot of games yesterday. There was one in particular that was pretty good, and we're going to talk about two actually that were pretty good. Both went to overtime in their basketball games. The Pistons beat the short-handed Cleveland Cavaliers 122 to 119. Jalen Duran 33 points, 16 boards, 25, 10, and 7 for Cade Cunningham. Meanwhile, Jarrett Allen had 25 and 9, Mobley 23 and 12, but it was the Pistons who beat Cleveland in overtime. The second game, the return of SGA and Chet for the Thunder, who beat the Denver Nuggets 127 to 121. This one also in overtime. SGA 36 points, 9 assists in his return. Chet Holmgren had 21 rebounds to go along with 15 points. Jokic 23, 17, 14. Jamal Murray 39, 8 and 6. Good game from both of these two teams. The Thunder were down for most of the game. I mean, the Nuggets had momentum for most of the first three quarters, and in the overtime, it was the Thunder who came back and won it in OT. The Thunder still first in the Western Conference by 2 games over the Spurs, and the Nuggets with this loss are now behind the Rockets by a full game, tied with the Timberwolves. So we'll stick with basketball, talk about what's going to happen today, because there are some big games going on, and they do involve the Warriors. So the first one, it's coming up pretty quick. It's at 12:30. It's the Rockets and the Heat. That was on Amazon. That's nationally televised. The Rockets are, like I mentioned earlier, in third place in the Western Conference, and the other one, which the Warriors are playing at home against the Lakers. The Warriors are 31 and 28. The Lakers are 34 and 24. They have lost 3 games in a row, and they are in sixth place, a game up on the Suns. And the Warriors are, let's see, three and a half games back of the Lakers. So this is a pretty big game for the Warriors. No Steph Curry still, but everyone else is looking like it's going to be playing. Porzingis questionable, so we'll see how that goes. It looks like the Lakers are at full strength, minus Rui, who's also dealing with illness. But this is a big game, nationally televised game, prime time game. The Dubs won their last game against the Grizzlies. That was on Wednesday, so it's been a while since the Dubs have taken the court. But this is a big game for the Western Conference and for momentum. If we can beat a team like the Lakers, who are struggling recently, this is a big opportunity for the Warriors. I think the Lakers are still the better team, even though they are struggling, especially because we don't have Steph and maybe we won't have Kristaps. But if there is a time for this shorthanded Warriors team to beat one of the top teams, it would be the Lakers because they are struggling, and it would be right now because they are struggling. So this is a big chance for us. Do I think we're going to win this game? I'm not sure. Uh, Logically, no, but crazier things have happened, and it would be an important win for the Warriors if they could get it. So I think the intensity will be pretty high. The Warriors, without Steph Curry, they have been staying in games in the first part of the first half, but the difference between the wins and the losses is once the second half starts, the other team will pull away and it won't be close when it gets to the crunch time. But once the Warriors are in those crunch situations, the clutch situations, they play pretty well as of late. So they just got to keep within striking distance for the entire game, and then when it gets down to it, play good team basketball. Don't turn the ball over, and that's been a recipe for success for the Warriors. So that's what's going on for basketball. Now we'll transition over to hockey, where there are a lot of games going on today, and the Sharks are a part of one of those games. So the Sharks will be hosting the Edmonton Oilers at 1 o'clock. The Sharks 27, 25, and 4. The Oilers 29, 23, and 8. This is a big game for the Western Conference, a big game for the Pacific. Sharks are still at 58 points. The Oilers are at 66 points. So that's an 8-point difference. It's 3 for a win, so we can gain some there if we able to win this game. But the Sharks have got to get some points here to stay in the playoff race because the teams ahead of us have been pulling ahead point by point as of late. And we've been staying in it because teams ahead of us have been losing. Predators 4-6 in the last 10 games. The Kings have lost 4 in a row. The Kraken have lost 2 in a row. The problem is the Sharks have also lost 4 in a row, 3-7 in their last 10 games. We got to get a win here soon in order to get us going in the right direction again. And it's going to be a tough task with Edmonton, but I think the Sharks are going to come out ready to play in this one. It's going to be Askarov's the expected goalie. He was all right last time, but it's going to be a tough game for sure against two very good players and McDavid and Draisaitl. The Oilers are a good team. This is an important game for the Sharks. I don't want to say it's a must win, but considering the way we've been playing and the teams ahead of us, their point totals being, multiple games ahead, it's pretty close to must win for the Sharks. Other games going on that affect the Sharks in the Western Conference would be the Predators and the Stars, the Kings and the Flames. And yeah, it's a lot of Eastern Conference teams going on today. A lot of teams in the East are playing today. Not a lot of the West teams, but so that's another reason for the Sharks to, gain some points here. It is interesting. There are not a lot of Western teams, but all of the teams in between the Sharks and the final wildcard spot are playing. That being the Kings, the Predators, and the Kraken. The Kraken who hold that final wildcard spot. It's going to be a big test for the Sharks today, just to see how they're doing. So, 11. So basically, the Mammoth are sixth. So 7 through 11 all are going today in the Western Conference. So this is a big chance for the Sharks to gain 3 points guaranteed on the Oilers and maybe gain some points on some of the other teams with a win. We'd have to win the game. Easier said than done, but it's a big opportunity here on this Hockey Saturday for the Sharks to gain big points in the Western Conference. So that's hockey. We're going to switch over to baseball to end the day. We're going to talk about what happened yesterday and preview what's going to happen today. So yesterday, great result for the San Francisco Giants, 12-4 over the rival Dodgers. Once again, take it with a grain of salt. It is spring training. The Dodgers did not start a single one of their position player starters when the Giants started a decent amount of them. And actually, it was pretty much everybody except Rafi. Well, that's not true. It was like 6 out of 9, maybe 5 out of 9 starters for the Giants were going. But the pitching matchup was something you could see on a primetime matchup in the regular season. It was Yamamoto versus Ray. Robbie Ray went 2 innings, gave up 1 run on 1 hit and 1 walk. He struck out 1, so a lot of ones there. Yamamoto, 3 innings, struck out 4, gave up 2 earned runs on 5 hits, no walks. He gave up a home run to Willy Adames, his first of the spring. And even though it was close for a lot of the game, once the 4th inning started, it was knotted up at 2, and the Giants pulled away, scoring every single run for the rest of the game until a home run in the 9th inning from the Dodgers. So just looking at who did stuff for the Giants, Adames hit a homer. Susak had a single. Oliva. Well, I guess it would be Oliva. He's been playing pretty well for the Giants. 2 for 2, 4 RBIs. 2 for 3, 4 RBIs. And Patty Barrels got one. A grand slam from Barracoto. That's good. Yeah, it was. The Giants are putting up a lot of runs, and once again, it is spring, but that is a good sign. Looking at who pitched, of note, Carson Seymour is notable. 1 2/3, 2 hits and a walk, 3 strikeouts, 1 earned run. This one I like to see. Matt Gage, he is going to be one of our relievers most likely. He was in the bullpen last year and was pleasantly surprised at how well he pitched. Lefty, 1 inning pitched, struck out the side, no base runners. Love to see that from Matt Gage. And once again, it is spring training, but his stats so far: 2 innings pitched, 4 strikeouts, no base runners. We need all the help we can get in the bullpen, and if Gage can pitch like that in the regular season, we'll take that for sure. So today, it's going to be the Giants and the A's. Not as much of a rivalry anymore, but it's still the Giants and the A's. There's definitely history there. It looks like the A's are charting out their entire starting lineup. Um, Actually, I don't see Lawrence Butler or Denzel Clark, so almost their entire starting lineup. And the A's lineup, we're going to talk about this in the future with the season preview, but I do want to mention it right now. I am a big fan of the A's offensive lineup. I'm buying in on that. If you take a look at how it's structured right now, Jacob Wilson finished second in Rookie of the Year last year. He's batting first. I think he finished over 200 or over 300. Yeah, 311, 151 hits in his rookie year. And then he finished second in Rookie of the Year. The guy who won Rookie of the Year was Nick Kurtz, the big Amish. Holy moly, this guy was good. He hit 290 in 420 at bats and 36 home runs in 90 games. And he was very cold for the first 30, and in the last 90 he torched opposing pitchers. 36 homers, 86 RBIs for the big Amish Rookie of the Year. Brent Rooker, he's an all-star. I don't think it was this year, but actually it might have been this year. Or it was Wilson. Wilson was the All-Star. Brent Rooker, I believe he's been an All-Star. He's a power bat that's very good. Soderstrom got an extension. Shea Langoliers, who's one of the better catchers in baseball. Jeff McNeil traded to the A's from the Mets. He kind of fits the A's. He kind of fits the old A's. Like, if you go back to the A's of when they were still playing in Oakland after in the 2020s, like Jeff McNeil, he definitely fits that vibe. Then, like I mentioned, Lawrence Butler and Denzel Clark, they're not in the lineup right now, but they are good players. This is interesting. Leo Dali DeVries, number one prospect in the Padres system from last year. The A's traded for him, giving up Mason Miller, who is one of the best relievers in the game. That's it. He's batting ninth in today's lineup for the A's. That's interesting. That's very exciting. Love to see young prospects getting time. And speaking of that, Bryce Eldridge in the lineup again for the Giants. It looks like we're not going to be playing any of the starters except for Eldridge, but Tyler Mahle is going to be making his Giants spring debut. We'll see how that goes for him. I'm excited for that. I think he has potential to be a good pitcher for us on the back end of the rotation. So that's cool. That's a Giants A's. It's a fun spring matchup. So that is what's going on today. We got baseball, we got basketball, we got hockey. Nice sports Saturday, and that's gonna do it for today's episode. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you tomorrow.